Okay, good morning, everyone. We are on Daf Daled Amud Aleph, 4a, right, the top line. 4a1. A1. Right at the top line. And basically we left off that there is a hekesh, there's a connection between Nedarim and Nazir. Zak Baruch, Boker Tov. Just starting, welcome back. Daf Daled Amud Aleph, we're right at the top line, and basically we left off with a hekesh, a connection between Nedarim, Neder and Nazir, and we said that just like there's Baal Te'acher by Neder, where you have to pay up your Neder within three regalim, so too there's Baal Te'acher by Nazir. So the Gemara at the end of the last page was grappling with finding a case of Baal Te'acher by Nazir, and we came up with with one answer, and then we're going to continue with more answers. So the first answer we saw was a person says, "I'm not going to, before I die, I have to be a Nazir." And we don't know when a person's going to die, and a person could die the next day, that day. So therefore, he has to be a Nazir right away. And if he delays, then he is violating Baal Te'acher. So that was the first answer. So now the Gemara gets into the next answer. Coming? Oh, it does. Surprise. It's coming. Adir. Boker Tov.
Sorry for being late.
It's okay. So just about to start that, trying to find out another case of Baal Te'acher by Nazir. How could, because we said that when a person says, I want to be a Nazir, Harani Nazir, whatever, right away it comes into play. So right away you're a Nazir. So how do we find a case where a person could violate delaying being a Nazir? So Rav Acha Bar Yaakov Amar, Rav Acha Bar Yaakov says, Kegon de Nadar vehu b'bet hakvarot. So he made the promise that he wants to be a Nazir while he was standing in the cemetery. Now, a Nazir has the rules of like a Kohen, and he can't mitameh himself. He actually has the rules of a Kohen Gadol, and he can't even mitameh himself for his wife, mother, father, etc. So, if he is in the Bet HaKvarot, and he says, I want to be a Nazir. So what happens is that we'll read the first opinion. It's good according to the manda, according to the opinion. Lo chayla aleh nazirut me'altar. So one opinion says that you don't become a Nazir right away because you're in a cemetery. So it doesn't start yet. You're tameh right now. You're in a makom tumah. So according to that opinion, you didn't start yet. And so therefore there's Baal Te'acher if you start it, so then right when you come out, you're gonna have to start being a Nazir. And if you didn't, because the whole thing is, we said, is that when a person says, I'm a Nazir, it happens right away. So where is there a Baal Te'acher? Where is there a delay in becoming a Nazir? So if a person says, I'm a Nazir, and he's in the cemetery at that moment, so according to an opinion that says that Nazir doesn't happen right away, it only happens when you go outside of the cemetery. So, okay, it doesn't happen right away. So you have to take it upon yourself, and we're going to see in the run that you have to accept it upon yourself right when you come out of the Bet HaKvarot. So, but you have to take it upon yourself again because you took it upon yourself already. And if you don't do that, then you violate Baal Te'acher. Let's see the run. Last word on the line on the run left side is the word kegon. On the Nedarim there, or in the lower ones, all the way at the bottom there. Should be there. No. It's bunched up with Sota Nazir. Yeah, for you. Oh, there's a small one, maybe. Chazak.
Well, what's delay? Delay is
Thank you.
time-wise. How much? How long?
Chazak. So let's read. Yeah, the Ran on the left side, last word on the line is Kegon, and it's like about 10 lines down. Kegon shenazer v'hu b'kvarot. He became a Nazir, and he's in the cemetery. Shetzarich latzet miyad. He has to go out right away. Ulekabel alav nazirut, and accept upon himself to be a Nazir. V'chi lo nafik, and if he doesn't go out to the Bet HaKvarot, kam levat acher, he violates. It's upon him bal ta'acher. So he's in the Bet HaKvarot and he says, I'm becoming a Nazir. So at that moment, it doesn't stick to be a Nazir right away because you're in a Bet HaKvarot. So it doesn't happen right away. You're in a place of Tumah. But you have to run outside and now accept it upon yourself again. If you didn't do that, you violate Baal Ta'acher. You violate that you delayed in doing this mitzvah, in doing this neder that you took upon yourself. Let's read the next Ran. This is good according to the opinion that says that the Nazirut in a Bet HaKvarot doesn't happen right away. Plukta de Rav Yochanan Rish Lakish beperek Gimel de Nazir. This is a machlok between Rav Yochanan and Rish Lakish in the third parak of Masechet Nazir. That Rav Yochanan achil v'shati yain bevet hakvarot laki. According to Rav Yochanan, if a person eats or drinks wine or eats grapes in the cemetery, so he says, "I want to be a Nazir," and then he took out some grapes and wine in the cemetery and drank and ate. Lucky, he gets malkut. He gets lashes. According to Rav Yochanan, that Nazirut does hold on him right away when he said, even though he's in a cemetery. Rish Lakish, lo chayla le Nazirut miyad. According to Rish Lakish, it does not go upon him right away. Once he goes out of the Bet HaKvarot, he has to re-accept upon himself again to be a Nazir. So this is a machloket of Rav Yochanan and Rish Lakish. Says the Gemara, back to the Gemara, second line down. It's good according to the opinion, which is Rish Lakish. Lo chayla le Nazirut me'altar. That the Nazirut does not stick right away. So if it doesn't stick right away, you have to now go outside and be a Nazir and take it upon yourself again. And if you didn't, you violated delaying your neder. But according to the opinion that says, right away, the altar is right away, it's chal on him, it sits on him, he becomes a Nazir right away. Is there Baal Ta'acher? Where's the Baal Ta'acher? According to the opinion that it happens right away. Even in Bet HaKvarot, it happens right away. Ve'od, in addition, Amar Mar Baravashi. Mar Baravashi says, Chayla Nazirut ale le'altar. He says that really this machloket of Rav Yochanan and Rish Lakish, everybody agrees it happens right away. So what's the machloket then? V'chi pligi, that they're arguing is le'inyan malkut pligi. They're only arguing regarding do you get lashes on it or not. So, meaning if you take upon yourself that you want to become a Nazir and you're in a cemetery, so according to Mar Baravashi, the machlok of Rish Lakish and Rav Yochanan is not a machlok if it happens right away or not. It happens right away. That everybody agrees. He says everybody agrees. But what is the machloket? Can you get lashes if you eat grapes or drink wine in the Bet HaKvarot? Right after you said that, do you get lashes for what you said? Like, does it fully? Is it punishable? Yeah, is it punishable? So does it fully happen on you? So according to Rav Yochanan, yes, and according to Rish Lakish, no. But because both agree that at the end of the day you are a Nazir right away, there's still no Baal Ta'acher. There's no delay. Okay, let's see the run. Let's continue where we left off. Elelemanda amar me'altar chayla le ma'ika lememar. But according to the opinion that says that it happens right away, what could we say? Tekema de chayla le nezirut lekabal ta'acher leolam. Since there's it's upon him right away, there's no bal ta'acher at any time. Next run. Last one along is chayla. Chayla alea nezirut me'altar. The nezirut happens right away. Velo tzarich kabbalah, and you don't even need a new acceptance upon yourself when you come outside. Kinafik, when you go out. Ve'le'inyan malkutu depligi, but they're arguing regarding lashes. Ilaki alachilat anavim be'odo bevet akvarot. Do you get lashes for eating grapes while you're in the cemetery? Ve'kevan dechal aleh nezirut, and since nezirut came upon him, velo tzarich kabbalah, and you don't need kabbalah, my bal ta'acher ika. What bal ta'acher is there? According to both opinions, they accept upon themselves right away nezirut. The only machloket is regarding the anavim. Do you get lashes right away or not? So there is actually Tosfot on Nazir and on Nedarim. It's on the real outside of the page. I took a look there, and basically I'll tell it to you outside that Tosfot here says. So Tosfot says that according to Rish Lakish, so he says that the machloket. So we just saw the Ran that says that if the guy eats grapes in the Bet HaKvarot, according to Marbar Ravashi, that says the machloket is not if Nazirut happens right away. Do you get lashes or not? So according to Rish Lakish, you won't, and according to Rabbi Yochanan, you will. So according to Rish Lakish, how does it work?
After he said it,
After he says to me a Nazir, and then he ate right away in the cemetery. So according to Marbar Ravashi, we said both agree that the Nazir happens right away, but you don't get lashes according to Rish Lakish. According to Yochanan, it makes sense. You get lashes because it happened right away. You get lashes, even though you're in a better Torah. Rish Lakish's opinion is that at the end of the day, you need tahara. You need to say it betahara, and then you need to say betahara, and then it could start. Mm-hmm. But you're in a bet takvarot. So he says it works, but so now why doesn't it work for the yain? So Tosfot actually his opinion is that because there's many things that a Nazir can't do. He can't eat wine. These are the two things. He can't cut his hair, right? But he can't drink wine. He grapes, same type of thing, and he can't be in a bet takvarot. So when he says, I want to be a Nazir in the Bet HaKvarot, you're violating Bet HaKvarot at that time. But the fact that you take out grapes and eat it, that's another violation. So according to Tosfot, when Marbar Ravashi said there's no machloket regarding accepting upon themselves, it's just about Malkut, he says the Malkut machloket is only on the violation of being in the Bet HaKvarot. The violation of taking out grapes and eating it, both would say you get Malkut on that. Right? So he limits the machloket to something even smaller. And he says the machloket really is, do you get malkut for being in the Bet HaKvarot or not? That's what, so, according to the Ran, it's do you get malkut on anything or not? So according to Rish Lakish, you're not going to get malkut. Even if you eat wine and drink, according to Rabbi Yochanan, you're always going to get malkut. According to Tosfot's opinion, is both agree you are going to get malkut on grapes and wine because that's something new that you just brought into the Bet HaKvarot. But do you get malkut on being in the fact you're in the Bet HaKvarot or not? So that Rish Lakish says no. You need to have tahara. Tosfot's opinion of Rish Lakish is you need to be b'tahara first, and then do a tum'ah, and then you're going to get malkut on that. Whereas Rav Yochanan says you're not going to get you're not going to get, you are going to get always a malkut. So that's the machloket run in Tosfot. Okay, a little bit off topic, but just explaining that machloket more. And then this took me further to just explore a pshat in Masechet Makot, which is lav she'en bo maaseh and lokina lav. According to this Tosfot, what comes out is you're going to get lashes for being in the Bet HaKvarot, but you didn't do an action. Meaning, to get lashes, you need to do an action. There's even, the Gemara says, even if you say Lashon Hara, it's not an action because it's just words. But you need to actually do something, and then you get lashes. So, if the Nazir was outside of the Bet HaKvarot and he walked into the Bet HaKvarot, you did an action. He was already in the Bet HaKvarot. According to Tosfot in Rav Yochanan, you're getting lashes right away. I said, I'm a Nazir. Oh, Malkut, hit him because he's in the Bet HaKvarot. But at that moment, I didn't do an action. So there's an opinion that says on that topic of you need to do an action in order to get lashes, is that if you could undo an action right away, it's as if you did an action. For instance, if you're wearing shatnez, so let's say two witnesses come and say, hey, we're warning you, because you also need a warning for lashes, we're warning you, you're not allowed to wear shatnez, and the fact that you're wearing shatnez is going to be punishable by lashes. So on the one hand, you could say, well, I'm not doing an action right now. I'm already wearing this. I didn't put the action of putting it on right now. It wasn't like the shirt was off of me. Say, hey, don't put it on or else you're going to get lashes. And he puts it on. Then that's an action. Here, it's already on him. So look, it's already on me. So come back a different day. So the answer is no. The fact that you could take it off, and you didn't, that's like you put it on. So to over here, they say, hey, you just said you're a Nazir, but you're in a Bet HaKvarot. So run out. If you're not running out, it's as if you walked in. And it's like an action, like as if you walked in, and if you get lashes on it. Okay.
So there actually has to be a warning?
Yeah, for lashes, it has to be for.
So if he just stands in the Beit where nobody comes up to him to give him a warning, he can just stay there. So there's no baltech.
No, there's baltech is the avera, but you get the punishment on this world of so that it's two separate things. Avera is always going to be an avera. Baltech, do you get the lashes? Yeah, you need. So sometimes there's what's called makat mardut, which is midirabanan type of lashes. That I don't think you need a warning for. Like for the guy doesn't want to give a get or whatever, so they beat the guy up to get the get out of him, or beat him up back in the day. Sometimes undercover now, and maybe in Israel and stuff like that, they do that, but under the radar. But or different types of makat mardut that Rabbanan would give to emphasize the point, because this person was violating whatever it was. Okay, so back to the Gemara. We are 6 lines down.
How what's happening in person like Zevas? So person is by himself in a Bet Barot. I want to be Nazir. Nobody listens. No, and he doesn't know that he's not allowed to do it. So what's happening?
Well, if he doesn't know, he doesn't know. But if a person, even if he's by himself and he made the promise, then he has to be a Nazir. He doesn't need witnesses to.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know that it's too much. All this stuff.
Well, what is it? What is a Nazir? He doesn't know what a Nazir is. He doesn't. I mean, he says it, but he doesn't know all the laws of it. Okay, I don't know. Then go study.
Complicates things because
go study.
It's a punishment for somebody who does something that he doesn't know that he's doing wrong.
This is the
less of a
shogeg.
punishment.
Yeah, it's shogeg. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So according to Mar Bar Ravashi, we said according to both opinions, Nazirut happens right away. So where's the Baal Ta'acher? Says the Gemara, 6 lines down. Afilu Achi, nevertheless, Kam le Baal Ta'acher, there's still a violation of Baal Ta'acher by Nazir. Why? Mishum de Kame'acher Nazirut de Tahara. Because he is delaying the Nazirut of Tahara, of becoming Tahor. What's the answer here? Me'acher Nazirut Tahara. He is Me'acher So, it seems like because you didn't run out of the Bet HaKvarot, I think let's say this, because you didn't run out of the Bet HaKvarot right away, okay, but Baal Ta'acher, you became a Nazir right away. So where's the Baal Ta'acher? Now, at the end of the Nazir story, he has to bring Korbanot, etc., to become Tahor. So this guy, if he doesn't run out of the Bet HaKvarot, so he's delaying the end of his Nazir process.
Why do you need to run outside Bet Karo?
If you said it in the Bet HaKvarot, because the Nazir can't become Tameh. So
So if you say it, you need to run.
in the Bet HaKvarot, if you say it in the Bet HaKvarot, then you have to go out to start right away. So, but we said is that, but maybe it starts right away. It indeed starts right away. So the Gemara is answering, you still would have to run out because then you'll be delaying the tahara process, and that's what the delay is. But if you don't run out, then you are violating Baal Ta'acher. I think that's what, is that the pshat there?
Yeah.
I think that's what it says, right? That's the pshat. Okay. Next. Amar Rav Ashi, back to the Gemara, says Rav Ashi, Ho'il, since V'chen Nazir Shetima Atzmo B'mezid Over Mishum Baal Ta'acher De Nazir Tara. Says so too, Rav Ashi, so too, another type of Baal Ta'acher is if a Nazir makes himself Tameh on purpose while he's a Nazir, he violates Baal Ta'acher de Nazir Tahara. He violates Baal Ta'acher of his Tahara process. You've now delayed your Tahara process, and you've did it on purpose. Most cases, if a Nazir becomes Tameh, if it's accidental. Here, he does it on purpose, so if you do it on purpose, you're violating. Now you're delaying your tahara process, so that there's a delay there of Nazir, so that's a violation of Baal Ta'acher. Another answer. Rav Acha bere de Rav Ika. Rav Acha, the son of Rav Ika, Amar says, Over b'Baal Ta'acher tiglachto. You could violate Nazir of delaying your haircut, because one of the laws of Nazir is that you can't cut your hair. But after you finish Nazir, you have to cut your hair. So let's say the guy finishes his Nazir and he doesn't cut his hair yet. Delay, and that delay is Baal Ta'acher. Let's see the Ran. The Ran is in the middle size lines. First word on the line is tiglachat. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll read a little bit more. In the Gemara, and then we'll do that run. So you violate if you didn't get your haircut on time. Velomi by it goes without saying the mandamar tiglachat me'akevet. That's according to because things like this. When you finish Nazir, you get a haircut. Do you have to get a haircut? Is it an obligation on you, or now you're allowed to cut your hair if you want? You don't have to. Is it like that or like that? So one opinion says you have to get a haircut. So if you have to get a haircut and you delay, there's a violation right there. So says the Gemara is going to say, even according to the other opinion that says you don't have to get a haircut, it's still a violation. How? Let's see. Velomi baya it goes without saying the manda amar tiglachat me'akevet. According to the opinion that says that you have to get a haircut and you violate and you delay, so that's a violation of Baal Ta'acher. Ela afilu the manda amar tiglachat ena me'akevet. Even according to the opinion that says that a haircut is not obligatory, mitzvat giluach miha lo mekayem. He's not doing the mitzvah of shaving, of cutting his hair. So, meaning everybody agrees it's still a mitzvah to cut your hair. Meaning the person finishes Nazir. Now cut your hair. What's that command of cutting your hair? We'll see more in the Rad. According to one opinion, it's a command. You must cut your hair. According to the other opinion, it's a mitzvah to cut your hair. If you didn't, okay, you didn't get an Avirah, you didn't fulfill the mitzvah. So says that's the Gemara says, according to this opinion, even though you're not obligated to cut your hair, you're losing out on the mitzvah of cutting your hair, and that is about ta'acher, on delaying the mitzvah of cutting your hair. Let's see the run on this. 4 lines down and the middle-sized line. First word on the line is tiglachat. Tiglachat me'akevet. According to the opinion that tiglachat is obligatory. Plugta hi, the Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbanan. It's a machloket between Rabbi Eliezer and the Rabbanan Masechet Nazir. The Rabbi Eliezer, I guess maybe now it makes sense why Masechet Nazir. Is it next? Or Sotah is next and then Nazir? No, Nazir is next and then Sotah. Yeah, it makes sense because Nazir is also Nedarim. You become a Nazir through a Neder. And as we see, there's a lot of connections here.
And Sotah also, doesn't she
And
have to swear?
she has to.
Does she have to take an oath that she didn't do it?
She takes an oath at the end, that she didn't do it, or her lack of an oath is, Tiglachat me'akevet, plukta he the Rabbi Eliezer Rabbanan, machlok between Rabbi Eliezer Rabbanan. The Rabbi Eliezer, according to Rabbi Eliezer, hadichtiv, that it says in the pasuk, ve'achar yishteh hanazir yain, and after the Nazir drinks wine. Hainu achar kol ha'ma'asim kulam. Dahainu tiglachat v'harchatzat damim v'hartzat damim. Rabbanan miyad she'evi korbanotov mutar b'yain. According to the Eliezer, hadichtiv achar yishteh Nazir yain. Hainu achar kol ha'ma'asim kulam. Then tiglachat v'hartzat damim. What's hartzat damim? Okay, the machlok is basically what the Eliezer says. You need to do everything, and then you can drink wine. Again, as a Nazir, what's everything? Getting a haircut. So the Eliezer is of the opinion that you need to get that haircut as well. I'm not sure hartzat damim is. You need to get that haircut. According to Rabbanan, once you do your korbanot, then you can drink wine, even though you didn't get your haircut yet. Okay? So, according to Eliezer, of course, if you didn't get your haircut, you're supposed to get your haircut, you're chayav to get your haircut, you didn't get it yet, then it's bal ta'acher. But according to Rabbanan, even though you don't have to get your haircut, but it's still a mitzvah to get your haircut, and that's what you're delaying. Okay, back to the Gemara. We're halfway down. Marzutra bered Rav Mari Amar. Marzutra, the son of Rav Mari, says, Over beval ta'acher korbanotav. A person could delay a Nazir. Where's there a delay in Nazir? Where's the bal ta'acher Nazir? Delaying bringing your korbanot. I mean, you finish your Nazir. You have to bring a korbanot, and you delayed in bringing the korbanot. How long is that delay? If you look quickly on the next run, you're back to the regular bal ta'acher, a korbanot of 3 regalim. So that's where the violation kicks in. So if a person doesn't bring his korbanot of Nazir, that's where there's a violation.
You mean bring the korbanot within the Shlosh Regalim, right?
Yeah, so the korbanot of Nazir, because at the end of the Nazir process, you have to bring korbanot. And so we want to know, in Baklali, in general, where is the Baal Ta'acher Nazir? You know where the Baal Ta'acher Nazir is, according to this opinion? At the end of his Nazir process, he's supposed to bring korbanot, and he delays. How long is that delay? 3 regalim. Then he violates Baal Ta'acher Nazir.
What happens if you have 30 days and then there's no Shlosh Regalim or anything like that? You still do it?
Oh, so let's say you have a 30-day Nazir.
Right.
You finish your Nazir process. You have to bring korbanot now. And then you delayed bringing those korbanot. Pesach passed, Shavuot passed, Sukkot passed, and you still didn't bring korbanot. You got violation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what 3 regalim is. Yeah, not that one of the 3 regalim are in the 30 days.
So
It's that you have almost a year. Depends on where it falls out.
that's what I'm saying.
Those 3 need to pass, and if those 3 passed and you didn't bring it, then you get the
But you
violation.
said you need to bring the korbanot and then you're kind of like done with the Nazirut,
Yes.
you can eat or do whatever you
Right.
did Nazirut from. I guess,
Right. Well, in general, you eat the wine and cut your hair,
Eat the
etc.
wine.
So yeah, it's going to be an extension of that, I guess. Also, meaning because we see according to Rabbanan, everybody says you need to do korbanot in order to drink wine. So yes, if he didn't drink wine, if he drank wine before bringing korbanot, the korbanot were a year later, he's still probably in violation. You're right about that. But here, we're just specifically talking about the korbanot. He's supposed to bring a korban. You delayed that 3 regalim, that's where there's a Baal Ta'acher of your korban of Nazir. And that's where there's a Baal Ta'acher of Nazir. The Gemara continues. A little more than halfway down. Umin hacha nafkale. Last one is le. Lamed yud hey. Says the Gemara. Umin hacha nafkale. Now the Gemara asks, hold on a second. This whole thing of Nazir Baal Ta'acher is a hekesh from Nedarim. That was last Gemara. A connection to Nedarim. So, from the same Pasuk, remember? So ask the Gemara now, is this where we get it from? Is this where we get the Baal Ta'acher of Nazir? We can learn from somewhere else. Omin Hakanaf Kale? Do we learn the Baal Ta'acher of Nazir from the Hekesh of Nedarim? Mehatanaf Kale. From there we learn it. Where? Ki darosh yidreshenu. Pasuk says, Ki darosh yidreshenu. This is, if you see on the side, Ki tidor neder Hashem Elokecha lo te'acher l'sholemo. Don't delay in the neder that you said. Ki darosh yidreshenu. Hashem Elokecha mi'imach ve'yeh v'chachet. Hashem is going to want it from you, and it's going to be a sin if you delay. From darosh yidreshenu, says the Gemara, elu chataot v'ashamot. Darosh yidreshenu is a is the pasuk of Baal Ta'acher. That's where the pasuk is lo te'acher l'shalemo. Ki darosh yidreshenu. Hashem's going to, meaning what did the pasuk add? What did Hashem add by saying these words? The fact that it just said lo te'acher l'shalemo, don't delay in paying it back. That's the avera. Ki darosh yidreshenu. Hashem's going to want it from you. So what does that come to include? Chataot v'ashamot. Offerings, korbanot offerings that you delay, that's what is included in the words darosh yidreshenu. So, the Gemara's question is, according to this opinion that says Baal Ta'acher of Nazir is on the korban of Nazir, korban, I know Baal Ta'acher of korbanot from darosh yidreshenu. I already know there's a concept of Baal Ta'acher of korbanot. What's special about Nazir korban? But you're a korban and you delay 3 regalim, there's a violation of Baal Ta'acher, no matter what korban it is. So we said, where's the Baal Ta'acher of Nazir? By the korban of Nazir. Hold on a second. Once he violates a korban, that goes to the general darosh yidreshenu delay of korbanot. There's no specific Baal Ta'acher of Nazir, because again we had a hekesh, we had a connection Nazir to Neder. And therefore, that connection was, there's a Baal Ta'acher of Nazir. What's the Baal Ta'acher of Nazir? The Korban of Nazir. Korban falls into the regular category of delaying. Says the Gemara, I would have thought, Chidush hu shechitcha Torah ben Nazir. Says the Gemara, no, I would have thought, that there's something new about Nazir, that it's not in the regular category of Korbanot. That's going to ask, my chidush. Okay, what is that chidush by Nazir that is irregular, different from all the other korbanot? Because korban goes into the regular category. He says, no, I would have thought it's a special thing by Nazir. Okay, so what's that special thing that you're now excluding from the regular category? Says the Gemara, ilema de lo matfis lechataat Nazir beneder. I would have thought that, what's special about Nazir? You can't matfis it, meaning if we remember the first day we learned in the big run of Hatfasa that where you're saying, let's say, this watch is asur on me like a korban. You could do that. I'm matpisit, I'm connecting this to a korban. But if I say this is asur to me like a korban nazir, that won't work. Why? Because you actually have to be a nazir to connect this to korban nazir. You're not a nazir. So if I connect this to korban in general, I'm able to bring a korban in general, and I'm able to say this animal is a korban, and therefore I can make things asur like a korban. So I'm saying this is like a korban. We're saying this is a korban nazir. You have to be a nazir in order to say that. So the Gemara wants to say, because you can't matpis, you can't print, you can't connect a you can't connect in Nedarim something to a chatat of a nazir in Nedarim. So chatat nazir is different. Someone wants to say it's a special thing. Hang on a second. Let's do a quick read of the runs. Elu chataot v'hashamot. Second line up in the middle-sized lines of the run. Elu chataot v'hashamot. These are chataot v'hashamot. Daroshi drushen ve'korbanot nazir harei bichlal. Korban nazir is in the bracket of chatat v'hasham. I would have thought ilo hekesh of the nedarim, if I would not have had a hekesh of nedarim, the lo matfis la lechatat nazir v'nazir. You know why there's a chidush? Because you can't do this connection to a korban nazir. Why? Dekila. It's more lenient, this korban of nazir. Why? Because you can't connect it when you're making a neder. Person says, if a person says, I'm taking upon myself to bring a chatat nazir, and he's not a nazir, lomar klum, he didn't say nothing. Ve'oil, and since it's lenient, meaning if I say I'm bringing a korban, I'm making a neder, bring a korban. Oh, you have to bring a korban. If I say I'm bringing a neder, bring a korban nazir. Hey, you're not a nazir. It's nothing. So you see, korban nazir is more lenient. I would have thought lo likum alev. I would have thought okay, there's no bal ta'acher in it. I would have thought because this is a lenient type of korban nazir, I would have thought it's different, and because it's different, there's no bal ta'acher in it. That's why I need the hekesh teach me that there is bal ta'acher. That's why I would have thought it's not in the category of regular bal ta'achers. Back to the Gemara, we're going to ask on this. 3, 6, 9 lines up from the bottom. Hare chatat chelev she'en matpisa ben neder ve'over b'bal ta'acher. Hold on a second, says the Gemara. There is a thing called chatat chelev, and chatat chelev is a person that eats chelev, which is a non-kosher fats. So he has to bring and chatat is always accidental. So he accidentally eats non-kosher fats. He has to bring a korban. So if a person says, and he doesn't eat korban, he says, just now we're talking. You know what? I want to take upon myself to bring a chatat chelev. You can't do that if you didn't eat the chelev. I want to take upon myself to bring a korban, a neder, a korban, then a nedava, seder. But I want to make this hekdesh. But I want to take upon myself a korban chatat chelev. You don't eat chelev. You can't. It doesn't fall into the category if you didn't do the violation. And the run adds to the second line down. It's probably the last run for today. Second line down of the wide lines. Hare chatat chelev. Klomar kol hachataot. Not just chatat chelev. Any violation. I'm bringing a chatat of that I eat pig. If that involves a korban, right? Or a chatat. So it's not limited. So basically, the run saying it's not limited to chelev, but any chatat that you want to say you're bringing that korban, but you didn't do that violation, it's nothing. This word chatat chelev, says the Ran, is a general term to all chataot of that sin. All of them have this leniency. The leniency of it's not you can't take it upon yourself unless you actually violate it. But nevertheless, you still violate bal ta'acher. So why do I need a hekesh? So basically, the fact that we wanted to say Nazir is special because you can't connect, you can't matpis to Chatat Nazir. If it's you can't matpis to Chatat Nazir, I would have thought that there's no Baal Ta'acher in Chatat Nazir. Says the Gemara, no, Chatat Chelev, that means all Chataot, you also can't matpis. I can't say this watch is on me like a Chatat Nazir, or like a Chatat, or I take upon myself a Chatat Chelev. It's also doesn't work unless you actually violate it. But there's Baal Ta'acher. So to over here is Baal Ta'acher, and therefore, that's what the Gemara asks, Ela mai chidusheh. So what's the chidush? That's 7 lines at the bottom. So what's the chidush of Nazir, that the Korban Nazir, that I would say it's not connected to the Rosh Hashanah, and I need the Hekesh to teach me Baal Ta'acher of Nazir. Says the Gemara, Salka Dai Tachamin, I would have thought, Ho'il v'im amar hareini Nazir afilu min chartzan have Nazir lakol. Ema lo le'avor aleh mishum Baal Ta'acher. So says the Gemara, I would have thought that since a person says, I'm a Nazir, afilu min chatzan, even from the great pits, have a Nazir lakol, he's a Nazir for everything. You can't be a partial Nazir. Afilu min chatzan have a Nazir lakol. Ema lo le'avor aleh mishum Baal Ta'acher.
Not for the entire grape, right? Or just for the chatzan?
Just for the pits.
Just the pit.
But you can't say a Nazir for partial, and the Nazir goes on everything. So you might say that you don't violate Baal Ta'acher. Kamash Malan, you do. So, hold on a second. Okay, so this person said, I want to be a Nazir just from the great pits. The ruling is you become Nazir for everything. So this is not a kula, it's a stringency. Meaning you want to be a Nazir on one thing, the halakha is no, you're a Nazir on everything that a regular Nazir can't violate. So this is that it took you from a regular, like you want it to be something small Nazir, you have to be a regular Nazir. So, so you might think that this doesn't fall into the regular category of Nazir, because you really only became a Nazir on a partial Nazir. So maybe there's no Baal Ta'acher. Kamash Malan, there is from the Hekesh. That's what Gemara wants to answer. Meaning, what's the Chidush? Why is Nazir different? Why is Nazir different? Why is there a special Baal Ta'acher from Nazir that I can't learn from Darosh Dirashenu? Because you want to be a Nazir on one thing, then the halakha is no, you have to be a Nazir on all things. So you might think, okay, well, I'm not really a full Nazir because I only want to be on one thing, the great pits. So yeah, the halakha is that I'm on everything, but maybe I don't violate Baal Ta'acher. Kamash Rolan, you do violate Baal Ta'acher. Why? Because of the Hekesh. Says the Gemara, 4 lines up from the bottom. That's good according to the opinion that if you say Nazir on Chartzan, on great pits, is a Nazir for everything. So it flows. You want to be a Nazir on one thing. You became a Nazir on everything. That's the halakha. And you say, well, I became a Nazir on everything, but maybe I don't violate Baal Ta'acher. I'm really not a Nazir on everything. I didn't want to be Nazir on everything. Maybe I don't get Baal Ta'acher. No, you do get Baal Ta'acher because the Hekesh. El Rabbi Shimon de Amar en Nazir ad sheyazir mikulan. But according to Rabbi Shimon, that says you become a Nazir on everything when you say you're becoming a Nazir on everything. So therefore, meaning you're not a Nazir on everything until you do. So there's no chidush. Like, I'm a Nazir on the Chartzan, okay, you're a Nazir on Chartzan. So then for sure there's no Baal Ta'acher because you're not a Nazir on everything. So then what's the chidush? Ve'od, hai chidush lechumrahu. And in addition, this chidush is a stringent chidush because we're starting from Nazir from one thing, and now you have to be a Nazir on everything. So if it's a chumrah, why would I think I violate Baal Ta'acher? I would think for sure you violate Baal Ta'acher. Meaning, this second question is, a guy says, I want to be a Nazir only on great pits. The halakha is, no, sorry, sir, you can't do that. You have to be a Nazir on everything. Now that you said that, you're a Nazir on everything. So the Gemara wants to say, okay, but maybe I don't violate Baal Ta'acher because I really didn't say everything. Kamash Mala, no, that's where the Hekesh comes in, and you do also violate Baal Ta'acher. So the Gemara says, okay, that's good according to the opinion that says you violate everything. Well, if you say Nazir on one, you're a Nazir for everything. But according to the opinion that says if you're a Nazir on one thing, you're not a Nazir on everything, then this whole thing falls apart. And in addition, this is a chumrah situation. What's a chumrah situation? I say I want to be a Nazir on one thing. Chamita, no, you got to be a Nazir on everything. Says the Gemara, I would have thought maybe not Baal Ta'acher. Why would I have not thought Baal Ta'acher? I'm telling you got to do more. Then for sure Baal Ta'acher you're going to violate. So that's another question on this whole thing. So with that question, we're going to stop over here. We'll review this question tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem. But the Gemara is going to answer, so Elamai Chidusheh, right? That's the Gemara at the bottom line. So what's the Chidush? And then we're going to get into a new answer. What's the Chidush of Nazir? That's the question that we're dealing with. Why is there a Baal Ta'acher of Nazir from the Hekesh? Why doesn't Baal Ta'acher of Nazir fit into Darosh Yidreshenu? Especially according to this last opinion, it says the Korban of Nazir. The Korban of Nazir, it falls into Darosh Yidreshenu. I mean, this question is not on the other opinions that had the Baal Ta'acher of cutting your hair or whatever. That's fine. But according to this last opinion, it says Baal Ta'acher of the Korban of Nazir. That I learned from Darosh Yidreshenu. Why do I need a Hekesh to teach me that? That we didn't answer yet. And that's what we're going to continue with tomorrow night. Chazak u'baruch.